Hey YouTube, this is Mark in Northeast Indiana. Welcome to the shop once again. It is Friday, late April in Northeast Indiana, and you're not going to believe what I used my ultrasonic cleaner for. Let me show you. Look at this mess in here. My word. All of this came off of these. Now these are parts to a new to me firearm. And there you have it. Walther PK380. Let's talk about it. Well, I've got this Walther PK380 field stripped, and boy, you would not believe the shape this gun was in when I got it. I got an unbelievable deal on this, and I'll talk a little bit more about that here in a moment. But this gun, I'll just say, don't use, I guess, you know, do what you want, but I would suggest you not use WD-40 on a firearm. Not 100% sure that's what happened here, but this gun was gummed up, had grime. This is not a stiff spring. It's not hard to pull this slide back, but I could barely, I mean, I could move it. It was so sluggish, it wouldn't snap back. The gun was just filthy. It didn't look like it had ever been cleaned. The barrel, I've been shooting it today. I need to run some patches through it, but you couldn't even see the rifling in the barrel. And I gave an unbelievable cheap price for this gun, and I thought I spent too much. I'll just put it that way. It's got a lot of wear around the barrel. It looked like it had just been kind of just thrown in a drawer, beat up. It doesn't have wear like a holster wear, but man, I got this gun last night, tore it apart. I ran these parts through the ultrasonic cleaner. I didn't want to run the polymer or the magazine through it because of the plastic, polymer, and the rubber parts. I don't believe that's probably best for those. But these, I thought this barrel was rusted, and it was so much crud on there. You seen in the ultrasonic cleaner, you saw how dirty it was. But man, some real fine steel wool. I polished this up a little bit. This was like a brown, and it's still got some gunk on here. I still got to do some work. But today I took it to the range, put 100 rounds through it. Never had a misfire, no hangups. So it's fairly accurate. So I'm gonna get it cleaned up here. I'm doing the best I can. And then I'm gonna lubricate it and probably take it back to the range this weekend and run some rounds through it. All right, let's talk about the Walther PK380. No magazine. Safe. 380 ACP, obviously. Single action, double action. Nothing in the magazine. Last round gets fired. Slide stays back. It's a little bit different gun than I've ever owned before, and I'll let you go look at the reviews. I don't review guns. I like them, I just don't review them. I'm not even going to tell you what I gave. Let's just say that I gave a ridiculously low price for this firearm, and I thought I spent too much. It's got wear right here at the end of the barrel on the slide. It's got wear points here at the back of the slide. The reason why I chose this 380, I've got a little bit bigger hands, meat hooks. They're fat. That's the only way I can say it. And I've had 380s before. I had Smith & Wesson MP Bodyguard, and it was just too small. My pinky just fell underneath the magazine. And with this firearm, I've got a full grip on the firearm. And with the magazine out, I run into the same thing, but the magazine's got a protrusion there that helps with the grip. This is unloaded. Does not have a decocker. It's got a European safe on it. There's a couple things that are a little bit different about this gun that I'm getting used to. One is when the slide goes back on your last round, there's no way, I'm sorry, I'm sweating, y'all, I've been out working. There's no way, no slide release on this firearm. And so the way to bring that slide back is you gotta drop the magazine and then it comes back, which is fine because, you know, the only time that's gonna lock back is when you're out of ammunition and you're gonna be going for another magazine or you're gonna be reloading this. So, pretty neat little gun. Ambidextrous safety. It's got a European safety, so down is safe. And then when you flip that up, then it's fire. And you got one on either side. It doesn't have a button for the magazine release like on American handguns. It's got what's called a paddle right here, and it can be released on either side. Push that down, and the magazine drops out. And the magazine drops out nicely. Takedown, when you field strip, you got to have a special tool for this part right here. I don't have the tool. I bought the gun used, and all I got was the firearm. So I just used a pair of heavy-duty tweezers. And you go in and turn this about 120 degrees. So right now it's parallel to the ground. You turn it counterclockwise about 120 degrees, and you can remove the slide. And you field strip it like I showed earlier. When you do that, you pull down this lock right here, serrated piece here, and then the slide comes completely off. It's double action, single action. The sights on it are white. I put 100 rounds to this today, and I just wanted to run rounds through it. Like I said, I've only seen one other firearm that I was gifted that was dirtier than this. And that one was a 22 long rifle, a Marlin that was out in the shop forever and just got all kinds of junk and grime and dust in it. This looked like literally it was thrown in the back of a truck or something like that. It looked like it had been sprayed down with, you know how WD-40 just grabs all that dust, and WD-40 is good at repelling water, but it's not a good lubricant for a firearm because it will gather that dust and grime. And that's what it looked like, and you saw the water. It was terrible. But yeah, I ran 100 rounds through this today, and this thing did really well. The only thing I don't like about this firearm is that when the casings eject, they go straight up. And I had two of them land. I had a sweatshirt on. Two of them landed in my hood. And it's kind of like, almost like those videos where people have hot brass going down their shirt. I was afraid that's what was going to happen. But in a self-defense situation, you're not going to worry about that. I mean, this is A+1 single stack magazine. And, you know, so you got A+1, and in a self-defense situation, you're not even going to be paying attention to where that brass is going. That's the only complaint so far I have on this. Now, what I'm going to do with this, because I didn't give very much for it, I'm gonna carry it, and I'm gonna get real familiar with it first. I'm gonna put a ton of rounds through this thing. This thing seemed to me like when I was aiming at, I was just shooting at steel. So I'm aiming at the steel and I'm touching it off. It was almost like I was pushing it to the left. And I think this shoots right now, I think with my eyes and this gun, I'm shooting to the left. So that's easily corrected with the sights. But I want to shoot it. I want to put a few more 100 rounds through this so that I can determine, is that the gun or is that me? And do I need to make the adjustment, or does the gun need to make the adjustment? And in the process, today I just shot steel. Shot silhouettes. I shot little steel targets that flip back and forth. Shot big square steel, big round steel. It was about 25 yards away. Thing was pretty much on. I mean, once I ran probably 2 magazines through it, I felt comfortable enough knowing where I needed to aim that I was hitting pretty much everything I was shooting at. And I mean, it's not rocket science when something's 10 yards away and it's, you know, a 2x2 square. You can hit that. If you don't, you might need glasses or something. So yeah, it's the new acquisition, and I like it, like I said. And so far 100 rounds through it, knock on wood, no hiccups, no misfires, no hangups. And I was really concerned about that because the slide, it feels just a little bit loose, but it's snappy. I mean, once I got it clean, it snaps right back. And there's a couple, like I said, the things I really need to focus on is remembering when I'm firing, the safety is backwards, quote unquote. It's a European type safety, and I just need to keep that in mind. And then the paddle magazine release. Other than that, you can rip through this. I ripped through a couple magazines just to see if I could get it to misfire, and had no luck. So really like it. Now, using the ultrasonic cleaner, I used distilled water, and then I used some of this super clean degreaser, and as soon as it got done, I wiped everything down and applied, this is from the gun shop I go to, this cleaner, lubricant, and protectant from Two Bear Arms. That's the gun shop I'm always going to. I go there at least once a week. And then I used some of this Ballistol multi-purpose lubricant, penetrator, protector, and that's how I finished cleaning the gun. The ultrasonic cleaner did exactly what I wanted it to do. I need to do more reading, and maybe you can drop a comment below if it would be safe or not to put the polymer grips, you know, this frame. God, I'm not a gun expert, but this lower half of the gun and the magazine, could I put these in the ultrasonic cleaner? I don't think I can. I didn't have any problem with the slide, the barrel, the guide pin, and the spring, but that's all solid metals. So Let me know, drop a comment below if you got an idea. I've probably put a clip in here of me running through a magazine on this. I'll probably put another one at the end. Probably put a clip of me using the old Super Wrangler from Ruger at the end. That was a lot of fun today. I shot, I shot a couple hundred rounds, between 200 and 300 rounds altogether. Shot the 380, the 22, and the 22 mag. Now, that Ruger has 2 cylinders. It's single action revolver. It's got 2 cylinders, 22 and 22 mag. So, you know, with one gun, you really got 2 different firearms, and that was a lot of fun to shoot. Sorry I've been gone. Got a lot of stuff going on with work. Had a tragedy in our neighborhood, the property right behind me. Someone lost their life last weekend, and it was just something that kind of affects a lot of different areas of things, and I just didn't get a video put out. But getting back in the swing of things, I can hear it now. It's starting to rain. We're getting some nice rain. It's supposed to be up in the 70s and 80s this weekend. I took today off because I was on call last weekend, and they don't pay me overtime, so I flex out my time. So I took the entire day off, which was nice. Got away from work. Just had a beautiful day. I went mushroom hunting this morning, morel mushrooms, and we located several of them. A buddy of mine took me out on his property, and it was a great day to be out in the woods. This morning, the sun was shining. It was a little breezy, but it, you know, got in the woods, and it was just perfect. And had a really good couple hours with a buddy of mine. We walked all over the woods, and I'm not a big mushroom hunter. I've only done it 1 or 2 other times, and I really didn't know what to look for. And this guy gets mushrooms every year, and he showed me, you know, gave me some good tips, and then we found mushrooms, and it was a good time. And I went to the gun range and ran some rounds, and then came home, mowed the lawn, took care of the dog, and cleaned the gun. And now I'm fixing to go back in. My wife's gonna be getting off of work, getting home here soon, so get dinner around 4 and we're good to go. I really appreciate the new subscribers. We're over 1,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. Just in the last couple months, things have just gone really well. And if you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you. I would appreciate any comments. I try to answer all of them, but drop those comments below about what your thoughts are on the ultrasonic cleaner, what your thoughts are on the Walther PK380. I've watched some videos, and I see people got varying opinions, just like on anything else. But let me know what you think, and let me know what you think about 380 being a self-defense round. The reason why I bought the 380 is I had that 380, the Smith & Wesson, got rid of it several years ago, and I've got a ton of ammo for it, and I was like, I need another 380 because I got all this ammo. I need to have something to shoot it with. So perfect little firearm I got here for very cheap, and we'll be putting it to use. So that's all I got. Appreciate y'all sticking around, and appreciate you watching the videos. I hope you're able to get out to your gun range, your shop, your place of peace and comfort this weekend. And I hope you just have a restful weekend. And we're going to catch you on the next video. So y'all take care. Cheers.